What's in an orange? Intuitively, you might respond by saying vitamin C. Now, that's not a wrong answer, but it's actually incomplete. You know, humans are very resilient. We're able to adapt to almost any changing environment, within reason, of course. Yet, when it comes to global situations or global crises that we may face, we tend to respond to these problems in a very isolated manner. What do I mean by that? So let's take a look at this chart. In this particular chart, I put food or food system at the center of other systems that are or interdependent with each other and the food system. When I say the food system, I simply mean everything that went into the soil that grew that food, to the distribution, to the accessibility, and the quality of that food. Now, these other systems are supportive of the food system. For instance, human beings, we build cities that have an impact to all of these other systems. But let's just take human beings and our health. If we get sick, we take medicines. Now, on the face of it, taking medicine sporadically is not a big deal. It's actually good for us. But as we have been getting sicker and sicker, we've been looking more inwardly and creating medicines that are stronger and stronger for the more chronic issues. And the evidence speaks for itself. We are the sickest generation to date. Let's look at the environment. If the environment gets sick, we tend to respond as a global community in this global crisis by producing more energy efficient systems or solutions. Those are all good, and we should do that. But what's happening with the environment today? The environment is the sickest it has ever been to date. Let's take a look at farming, or food security for that matter. Now, food security is a pervasive issue globally speaking. How are we as a global farming community or a community at large dealing with that? We're dealing with it by sending more chemicals or more automation to farming in general to grow food faster and more efficiently. 99% of our farmland is being treated with some sort of a chemical in North America, and it's growing on a global basis. So when I ask you this question, what's in an orange? There's a lot more that goes on as it relates to just the vitamin C. It's a symbiotic relationship between these systems and the orange itself. My name is Amir, and for the longest time, I've been dealing with pervasive and chronic issues, health issues of my own. I was a banker for many years, and on the outside, I might appear as successful, but on the inside, I was dealing with these chronic issues that had me debilitated. As I looked further into my own health, what I learned was that issues around quality and accessibility of food and the lack of sustainability of the food production practices led me to a broken food system and its supporting systems as a whole. I'm going to take you on a journey of food. Where do the nutrients come from? Do they come out of thin air, or do they come from soil? Do they come from plants? Actually, all of the above. How, when they hit our body, do those nutrients more readily assimilate themselves within our body? I will talk to you about modern society as it relates to industrialization and globalization. Those are big words, and don't worry, we'll define those in our ensuing talks, but these trends have an impact to all of these other systems as a whole. So now, when we go back to that question again, what's in an orange? Perhaps we should be asking better questions. What's in today's orange? Or what isn't?